The Lord be with you. The founder of Methodism, John Wesley, known for preaching in cow pastures and at the entrances of coal mines, once said this: "It is no marvel that the devil does not love field preaching. Neither do I. I love a commodious room, a soft cushion, a handsome pulpit. But where is my zeal if I do not trample all these underfoot in order to save one more soul?" Erwin Lutzer, the senior pastor of the Moody Church in Chicago from 1980 to 2016, was just as fervent in his passion for reaching God's people, especially those who do not yet know that they are God's people. He said, "Better to love God and die unknown than to love the world and be a hero. Better to be content with poverty than to die a slave to wealth. Better to have taken some risks and lost than to have done nothing and succeeded at it." A poem that began with one verse and that has expanded through the years as different people wrote verses for it as well, shows how difficult loving others, all others, can be. "What joy to love the saints above when I get home to glory. To love below the saints I know, well, that's another story. To love mankind I always find to be a simple task. To have love for the man next door is more than one should ask. Love's full and free when two agree. It isn't hard at all. But easy it ain't to love the saint who drives me up the wall. When someone's kind and has Christ's mind, I love him with great ease. But one who hurts with words he blurts, don't make me love him, please. If no one needs my loving deeds, I love unstintingly. But hungry saints with real complaints should stay away from me. But Jesus said to those he led, by this all will discover that you are mine. This is the sign that you love one another." Like the seminary professor said to his wife when she accused him of losing his testimony to love and forgive after he punished some kids for leaving their footprints in his freshly poured driveway, "That was all in the abstract. This is in the concrete." The love Jesus held in his heart for others was never a theoretical idea, but something shown and something shared, something that made such a difference for others that it could never be forgotten. The love of Jesus always involved action. He knelt to forgive the woman caught in adultery. Too bad the man didn't show up. He could have received the forgiveness of Jesus too. Jesus knelt to wash his disciples' feet, a lesson to us all in sacrificial love. When Jesus hung on the cross and Roman soldiers gambled for his few meager possessions, the prayer he prayed was, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." He prayed for God to spare them, to deliver them. And that was on the last day of a week already filled with humiliation, whippings, betrayal, pain, and agony endured for us all. That is love. And what kind of love is it the best of heaven being born into our world. Jesus did not have to do that. Sometimes we forget that the commander of the angelic hosts becoming one of us was his choice. It was the choice of love. Jesus wasn't born just to live among us. Jesus was also born to die among us. When I remember all that Jesus endured for me, strange and beautiful things happen. I find myself singing in a quartet, though I know the serious limitations of my singing abilities. It is a choice of love. When I remember, I find the courage to speak to a total stranger in a restaurant, looking for some way to guide the conversation to my faith in Jesus Christ so I can share it. It is a choice of love. When I remember all that Jesus has done for me, nothing is too much for Jesus to ask of me. When I remember that Jesus carried his cross, my cross, on his blood-streaked back, no burden is too much for Jesus to ask me to bear. And when I remember that Jesus chose to leave the wonders of heaven to come to you and me in a manger, I know there is no place I won't go to give birth to Jesus in that place. There's nothing abstract about love. Love is always concrete. And I choose love because Jesus chose me. Amen.